Meghan Markle's publicity stunt trip to Chicago has just blown apart Prince Harry's UK security lies. This is quite something. So this image emerged at the weekend after the local TV presenter Natalie Martinez posted on X, "Holy name vibes today, Sailor," that's her daughter in the front, walking to her first communion. And yep, that's exactly who you think it is to her right. Natalie Martinez is a journalist, a TV reporter. She knows how this game works. She specifically pointed out that it was Meghan in the picture with her child. So of course this was all planned. As Long Sally, aka Sue Smith, said, "Well, it looks like Harry and Meghan can move around if they want to without anyone knowing, as this took place in Chicago." And that's what I want to come to. And by the way, I say this not as a slight on Chicago in any way. I haven't visited the city myself, but trust me, here in the United Kingdom, as I am regularly reporting, we do have huge problems. But let's just remember, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are claiming that they need guaranteed constant security protection from the British taxpayer because they are so under threat in the United Kingdom. And it is just impossible, given how famous they are and given their royal role, for them to travel around just like Meghan did. Not only coast to coast in America, but to really one of the most dangerous cities in the world. And I just want to be fair to Chicago, but also point out that Chicago, even compared to the dangerous city in the United Kingdom, Sadiq Khan's hellhole London, which I repeat, I criticize every single day because I live here and I've seen the destruction of the city. Even compared to London, Chicago is incredibly dangerous. It matches the UK's entire homicide toll, despite having just 4% of the population. Last year, Chicago recorded 460 homicides. That was the lowest in 60 years, but still an enormous number for one city. By comparison, England and Wales, with a population of 60 million, recorded 522 homicides. So Chicago's population, only 2.7 million. In raw numbers, one mid-sized American city produced almost as many murders as the whole of England and Wales combined. That means, Meghan, your chances of being murdered in Chicago is roughly 18 times higher than here in the UK. The 2025 homicide rate, and as I say, this was a record rate, approximately 15.4 per 100,000 residents. The UK rate, 0.86 per 100,000. So even after a massive decline in Chicago's violence, the per capita murder risk remains dramatically elevated compared to Britain's nationwide figure. Gun violence in Chicago dwarfs the UK's total firearm homicides by an order of magnitude. The vast majority of Chicago's homicides, about 80%, actually even more than 80%, according to the latest figures that I looked at, are committed with firearms. By contrast, in England and Wales, only 32 firearm homicides in 2024 to 2025. So Chicago sees more people shot to death in a typical year than the entire UK sees killed by guns over several years combined. That is, of course, a political issue, but so is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle trying to claim that it is too dangerous for them to travel here without the UK taxpayer having to foot the bill forevermore. To Brittany, editor of the Royal News Network now, who of course joins us stateside. And Brittany, look, I want to be clear. I hope you don't take offense by me pointing out just how dangerous Chicago is. But my point here is that Meghan Markle got there seemingly without any security, without any publicity, because let's be honest, as I have been saying for months and months and months, no one cares. No one cares where she goes. No one cares where she is. There is no threat. She turned up, went into the pews like a normal human being, no issue. And that, Brittany, is in a very, very dangerous city. So unfortunately, while Meghan thinks that this briefing to People magazine makes her look cute and like one of us and very sort of low maintenance, something we know she isn't, by the way, but of course she's trying to do this to get some decent PR after the Australian disaster. But for me, actually, Brittany, what she doesn't realize is she's just literally thrown a grenade into Harry's claim about why he needs security. How do you view
I
all
mean,
of this?
it's really crazy, Dan. Just even take actually their hometown of Los Angeles. Obviously they live in Montecito, which is a fair amount away. But last time I was in LA, I was almost mugged. And so, like the cities that they go to, the countries that they go to have big security risks. And it's seemingly perfectly fine for them to go there. But heaven forbid they go to the UK. There's such a risk. And I have to say, too, Dan, there was actually a story that broke over the weekend that the two of the king's daughters in the Netherlands, there was a man arrested under potential threats that he was going to kill them or kidnap them. The daughter of the king, the future heir, she has been under threat quite a bit, had to leave the country, and there were actually specific threats against them. We have never even heard of what these alleged specific threats against Harry and Meghan are. And that is, of course, by design. They're concocting this conspiracy. They're concocting this idea, I think, that they are under this enormous risk. But I think if you push came to shove and you ask them what is a specific example, all they can tell you is the random stalker that Harry has sometimes in London. Like that's the best they have. And obviously there may be more, not saying that they don't live with some risk. Every public figure does, no matter who they are. But I think this is an important thing to highlight that Harry and Meghan, I think, live under a mass delusion that they are under constant threat. And honestly, it's draining their bank accounts, and they want to drain everybody else's bank accounts too in order to fund that.
100%. 100%. And I am not prepared to have it happen. I mean, maybe on a normal day, Brittany, we could say, actually, good. She's realized she is just normal, but then it's like, what happened in terms of this local television celebrity posting the picture, then the moment it's picked up by People magazine, Brittany, she deletes it. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not born yesterday. We know the stunts Sunshine Sachs, Meghan's PR company, pulls. It's like, let's get this organically on the internet. Then we can say that People magazine have picked it up via the post. I know how this game works. I used to play this game. We're not stupid.
Harry and Meghan think the vast majority of the world is stupid. It's quite dumb on their part because the collective knowledge of the internet and everybody watching them is much greater than the two of them combined. But this is so obviously, like you said, Dan, basically a publicity stunt. She wanted press for this. She wants to look good. But the problem is that Meghan will go and attend the first communion of her godson, who we've never heard of before. But yet she won't go and see her father, her father-in-law, her nephews, her niece, her siblings. Like she won't go see any of them, no matter what the cost is. But she's willing to go and attend this first communion, which I think, it's a big deal within the Catholic faith, obviously, but I just don't think it was something that was necessary for her to do, given the distance. Everybody would understand why she wouldn't go. And so it raises the question of who was she there to support, really? And it just highlights again how much she is denying and trying to distance herself from people who can hold her accountable, namely her family, and always going to friends who she can lean off of, she can grift off of, and they can grift off her, and it's a grift together, and it's just kind of pathetic and sad, and we all see through it.
The latest discussion centers on a recent public appearance that many commentators believe was intended to reinforce her personal brand. Supporters viewed it as another step in her post-royal career, while critics questioned whether the message connected with the public as intended. What fueled the debate wasn't just the event itself, it was the reaction that followed. Social media quickly filled with opinions, with some praising Meghan's confidence and others suggesting the coverage highlighted ongoing challenges in shaping public perception. It's important to remember that viral headlines often use dramatic language to attract attention. Phrases like backfires or destroys are designed to generate clicks, even when the underlying story is more nuanced. In many cases, the strongest claims are opinions rather than established facts. Public relations experts often explain that success isn't measured by a single day's headlines. Instead, they look at long-term indicators such as public trust, media sentiment, audience engagement, and whether key messages reach their intended audience. For Meghan and Harry, that's especially significant.
And Brittany, we know Thomas Markle, and this is great news, and I'm so happy for the family. has now arrived safely in the US. This was first reported by Caroline Graham, his close friend, in the Mail over the weekend. But I had been speaking to my friend, Samantha Markle, Thomas's other daughter, for quite a few weeks. And I knew that she was absolutely determined to bring her dad home, but she wanted to do so confidentially. She wanted to do so without any type of circus. She was incredibly worried as the trip was made, given his health. And that was very stressful. You know, were the stopovers okay? How was everything on the plane? So there is someone now, Brittany, actually in America. Like, if Meghan had any security worries about the Philippines, well, your dad's in America now. Brittany, like, what's stopping you? You got on the plane to Chicago to go and, go and see this godson that we've never heard of at his Holy Communion. What's stopping you seeing your dad? Nothing.
Yeah, and it's always been nothing, Dan. That's the truth. It's always been nothing. The security farce is exactly what you would think it is. It's a farce. Meghan doesn't want to see people who she either no longer finds useful or people she thinks are not going to go along with the grift anymore. And the royals saw right through her most of the time. And once she could get out, she doesn't want to face them. She's a coward in many ways. She doesn't want to have people, especially when she's interacting with Harry, people who know the real Harry, the Harry before Meghan, and her seeing them interact. Like, she wants this control and she wants to always be the victim. And so she has, I think, in many ways, concocted this whole, again, crazy scenario where they're under constant threat so that she has this convenient out to actually see the people that she should. Because again, they're willing to go to Mexico, they're willing to go to Nigeria, they're willing to go to Colombia, they're willing to go to all these dangerous places. But I mean, London's pretty safe. I mean, there's dangerous parts of London, of course, but I have been to London more times than Meghan has in the last couple of years, and I've been mostly fine. Actually, the most dangerous experience I had was in Los Angeles in their backyard.
And look, what we know, Brittany, is that Meghan is definitely looking for like good coverage at the moment, very good coverage. Because I just wanted to show you this post. Let me just come to it, actually. This seems to be from her Australian tour, Brittany. And it's from a podcast with Down syndrome creators Sean Scales and Marley Furtado. And they have a channel called Get Down with Sean and Marley. And this was apparently taken at the Best Life retreat. And these two have previously, Brittany, recreated one of Meghan's Netflix recipes on their channel, which we're told she saw and liked. Now, look, that is potentially a sweet thing, given these two have Down syndrome. But again, Brittany, we're told she doesn't watch anything. We're told she's not all over social media. So yet again, maybe by doing something that would usually be viewed as sweet, unfortunately, it also exposes the lies that she continuously tells.
It really does, Dan. We know she's on social media all the time. I have no doubt she is constantly doing these little barbs where you can tell that she's heard a narrative and is reacting to it. In fact, I had a live stream once, and I don't know any of this for sure, but I noticed that there was a grammatical error in the email and somehow later it got fixed. And so it's like, is she watching my channel and other channels? I've noticed I've mentioned things and things are adjusted in response to things I've said. Now, of course, somebody else could have pointed it out, not saying that, but Meghan, I think, is constantly trolling, constantly watching her critics and what they're saying about her. And she's looking for anything. She's willing to exploit anyone for a bit of good press. And unfortunately, people see through a lot of that because none of it is genuine. She is never genuinely trying to reach out and connect to people. It's also she can look good, she can have her PR moment and what have you. And this is why Meghan doesn't really have a ton of staying power and why her star is waning. When nothing is real, and when in the case of Meghan, you don't really have any particular talent, you get found out about that at some point. And that's really coming to the forefront, I think, for Meghan. And I think her constantly looking at social media, sharing even recently, how much she checks out astrology. I'm sure her For You feed is entirely astrology posts or something like that, because that is what she posted recently as well. She's constantly on social media. She loves it. Unfortunately, she's bad at it, but she's very, very much invested in it. And unfortunately, it hasn't gone super well for her.
No, it hasn't. Brittany, this video, I haven't seen this yet. I don't know if you've seen it, but shall we take a little look? Shall we watch this together and we'll react live?
Yeah, I see that. That's going to be for my husband. I just have a feeling.
No.
I just have a feeling. I just know.
No.
Yes, for the love of my life.
Yes.
Yeah, we might renew our vows with him wearing these.
Yes.
Thank you. This is very meaningful.
See, I love it. This is Australian, like you can swim in the beach, or pool or something,
Aren't they called
like budgie stuff.
budgie smugglers?
Yeah.
Oh,
This.
what is
What do
it?
you use?
What is it?
This one is a beer. You know who Tooheys
Tooheys Lager. Never had it. Is this a classic Australian pour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like this?
Yes.
Yes.
I drink beers.
This is your favorite one?
It's my favorite.
Should I try
Yeah,
it? It's not
yes,
cold,
yeah.
but it's probably still good.
It's good. It's good for you, but
Should I try it?
I had too much alcohol. I had 2 alcohol, but I'm gonna get drunk.
Today you did?
No.
Before you got here?
No. Yeah, you
I'm gonna
can.
try it. Let's
Try
see.
it.
Try it.
Okay,
It tastes good though.
that's good.
That's good.
You make some chips with some chicken salt
Yeah.
and have this.
Like have a beer, just watching some TV, like
Yeah.
hang out.
You've created a whole date night for us now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this here. That's so many things. What's another beer?
Yep.
Yep. The beer.
Other beer.
Is this one your favorite?
Yes.
Okay, well then I have to try this
Brittany,
one too.
we'll just pause for a second. What do you think so far?
I mean, it's horribly awkward in many ways. And that comes from Meghan, not these young men. These young men, they seem adorable, they seem lovely, but Meghan just, I don't think really wants to be there doing this interaction. And you can kind of feel it. She's super awkward. She's like, beer, really? And, and like, especially I will just call it a Speedo because that's what we tend to call them in the States. The Speedo for Harry. She's like, oh, yeah. Like, she is just not really there. She is super awkward. And we've heard this from Matt Wilkinson that she's not really good at this type of thing. And I think Catherine would have done much better. Of course, Diana would have done much better. A lot of other royals could have done much better. But Meghan just looks incredibly awkward and like, oh, I had to do this. Oh, yeah, I guess. Oh, another beer. Oh, yeah. That's sort of the impression I get.
Yeah, let's just see how they wrap this up.
This is a beautiful welcome to Australia.
Yeah, boy. Meghan.
And I want to tell you,
Tell me.
I got special in this bag.
Oh.
What is it?
What did you find, money?
There's something very special.
This one is special for you, me and Sean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close my eyes. Tell me when to open.
Oh,
This is a
Very
picture of
cute.
them.
Ready?
You open.
that's very sweet of them.
Oh, my boy.
I'm sure she was hoping for much more.
Because your fireplace or somewhere, but
You're so kind. So you stay in my heart and in my home.
no.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so Brittany, this is a big PR move. Okay, she has needed it, hasn't she? Because things are not going well.
Oh man, it's so funny, Dan. It's so funny. And it's so true. And she's just not a likable person, no matter how many PR stunts she does and these sorts of things. The crutch of the matter is that she's just not a genuine person. I think she'd rather be in any room anywhere else other than with those 2 lovely young men. And I think she just doesn't seem to understand that this fake persona she constantly puts on is that we're not fooled. Yes, there are a handful of people who are glossed over or kind of enjoy this presentation that she has, but most of us are like, you're fake. And constantly trying to push narratives when everybody sees that you're fake and continuing the fakery it just has a shelf life. It has a limit. People are just not going to indulge you forever. And that bandwidth is getting smaller and smaller and smaller as the years go on, especially because Meghan, of course, has as well not actually accomplished anything post-Brexit. They've had a series of failed ventures. She is constantly jumping from thing to thing. And that sort of thing always ends badly because it just everything looks like a money grab, which it is, rather than having like a solid career that she could have had if she actually went with maybe her strengths instead of trying everything and then also failing at everything.
Few public figures receive the same level of scrutiny. Every interview, business launch, or public appearance becomes part of a much larger conversation about their relationship with the royal family, their careers, and their public image. This also means that different audiences often interpret the exact same event in completely different ways. Supporters may see authenticity and confidence, while critics see strategic image management. Both perspectives contribute to the ongoing debate, but neither alone determines whether a campaign was successful. One reason these stories continue to dominate headlines is because public interest remains incredibly high. Years after leaving royal duties, Harry and Meghan continue to attract worldwide media coverage. Whether the coverage is positive or negative, it keeps them firmly in the public conversation. So, did Meghan Markle's latest PR strategy actually backfire? At this stage, there's no clear answer. The reaction has been mixed, reflecting the deeply divided opinions that have surrounded Harry and Meghan for years. What is certain is that every public move they make continues to spark discussion across traditional media and social platforms. What do you think? Was this simply another example of the intense scrutiny surrounding the couple, or do you believe the criticism reflects genuine concerns about their public image? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this balanced analysis, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next discussion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.